Week 6 walking, 24th to the 30th of May 2024. Walking, smiling and crossing roads in London. Distance walked 56.1 miles. Duration walked 18 hours, 55 minutes and 15 seconds. After 6 years of living in Grantown on Spey, I undertook a particular walking route for the first time. Day 1 saw me taking the Speyside Way to Cromdale Bridge, and I returned via the River Spey to the old bridge and back up through Anagach Woods. Whilst I admit I prefer walking alone, now and again the universe offers you something else, and so I was that I found myself walking alongside a 72-year-old lady who had a number of 1,000-mile badges for walking more than 1,000 miles in a year, and mentioned walking more than 2,000 miles in some of the years. We talked of the differences of forest between Norway, Sweden, Finland and Scotland before we went our separate ways at Cromdale. On day 3, 26th of May, it was my dad's birthday. He died a couple of years earlier, and I wondered again if the universe was speaking to me as I walked. I spotted a dead hare just off the track and later came across what looked like the remains of a male Reed Bunting. Although I wasn't 100% sure because its head was seriously damaged where whatever had attacked it appeared to have eaten its brains, but nothing else. It wasn't until over halfway round, having spotted the dead hare and bunting, that I remembered it was his birthday, and all along the haunting melancholic song of the Curlew hung overhead. The next day, an old school friend, Wayne, arrived, having driven up to Grantown from near Bristol to walk with me for a couple of days. We started easy on day 4 with a walk around the River Spey and Anagach Woods before finishing off in the square having coffee and cake in McLean's bakery. On day 5 we got out just before 9 a.m. once the kids had gone to school, and we bagged the Dreggy Gorton Loop, as I was now calling the half marathon loop on the trails north of our house. As we neared the most northerly part of the loop, Wayne spotted 2 curlew chicks just off the trail in the reed beds. The parents had flown off, hoping their chicks would camouflage, combined with their incessant calling from above, would distract us from their offspring, yet Wayne's keen eyes found them. Silently, small fluff balls on feet that seemed unfeasibly large for them, they disappeared into the dampness of the reed bed. Later we saw a number of buzzards and red kite. We were hoping we'd seen a golden eagle, but on reflection, I go back to an old saying that if there's doubt, there's no doubt about such things. 6 days after returning from Berlin, I'm heading away from the Highlands once more. I'm London bound. London combines work and play, although likely little rest, and as will become the standard for my travels, I walk at the end of or in between train journeys. Arriving at King's Cross Station, I walk west along Euston Road, past Regent's Park before turning south on Gloucester Place to Portland Square, where I head west once more on Seymour Street, crossing Edgware Road to arrive at the Victory Services Club. Something seems to have changed in London since I was last here. In the 2.4 miles between King's Cross and the Victory Services Club, I question what has happened to cyclists in the capital. Very few stop when they were supposed to, going through red lights, across pedestrian crossings with people on them, travelling the wrong way down one-way streets with contraflows on them. My diary finishes with the line, "Weird shit that I do not like." Week 6, day 7 is the work aspect of my visit, and I get out and about around Hyde Park before breakfast. Walking before 6 a.m. and the weather is cool, calm and overcast. Heading to Marble Arch and walking anti-clockwise around the park, I bring my sociable walker's head on with me and try to make eye contact with other walkers and runners going the opposite direction. 81 minutes later, and I think I've succeeded by getting eye contact and saying hello to 4 people. Whilst Hyde Park is so different to the Scottish Highlands, some things are constant. There is always lots to look at and lots of greenery. That said, there is many more people about running, walking and cycling. Due to timings, I take the tube to Lambeth Fire Station, where I'm observing a command and control exercise being run by the London Fire Brigade before walking 3.3 miles back to the Victory Services Club. The route takes me to Vauxhall Bridge, north past Buckingham Palace and back to the Victory Services Club. And whilst the weather has changed slightly to include some rain, it isn't Scottish rain, so it's okay. End of week reflections. Maybe if I lived in London, I would choose not to try and make eye contact with people walking the other way, although I hope I wouldn't have my soul sucked out of me by the daily grind that many I see seem to be going through. The next time you're outside and walk past someone coming the other way, try and make eye contact and smile. Even if they don't make eye contact, your body will send a message to your brain that you are smiling. And if it's natural, that you are happy. It'll be even better if they make eye contact and smile back. And consider, what did that cost you? Thank you.